Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. Entscheidender Tag des Happy Bet European Darts Matchplay 2017. Und wir starten mit der aktuellen Nummer 18 der Welt. Ein Mann, der in den letzten 1-2 Jahren eine tolle Entwicklung genommen hat. Stand bei der diesjährigen Weltmeisterschaft im Alley Pally im Viertelfinale. Konnte sich bei den UK Open in das Halbfinale spielen. Er macht einen Schritt nach dem anderen in Richtung Weltspitze. Aus Nordirland, Super Chin, Gurney! Gurney tritt in diesem ersten Achtelfinale an gegen den erfolgreichsten Spieler aus dem deutschsprachigen Raum überhaupt. Der Mann ist inzwischen die aktuelle Nummer 7 der Welt. Er hat ein tolles Jahr 2016 gespielt, konnte das European Tour Event von Riesa gewinnen. Er stand im Finale der European Darts Championship. Ladies and Gentlemen, aus Wien, the gentle Suljovic! Best of 11 Legs heißt die Distanz auf der European Tour. Man braucht also 6 Legs, um in das Viertelfinale einzuziehen. Und auch den Caller, den Schiedsrichter, möchte ich gerne an diesem Sonntag begrüßen. Es ist George Noble, the puppy.
It's going to be hot, it's going to be sticky, and if the first 2 days are anything to go by, it's going to be absolutely brilliant as well. A baking day in Hamburg where 16 players are left standing on the final day of the European Darts Match Play, and who knows what will unfold over the next 10 hours. MVG could regain a title he won 2 years ago. Peter Wright could land a 4th Euro title of 2017. Chave Chisnell, after 2 final appearances in this one, could make it 3rd time lucky. And maybe, who knows, our recent jib champion Michael Smith might go all the way once again. Maybe we'll have a new name on the Roll of Honour. Daryl Gurney on stage right now is one of several potential first-time winners on the Euro circuit, whereas Mensur is one of 8 Euro Tour winners still involved. I'm Rob Malarkey, and alongside me, a man working very hard to keep up with the number of missed match darts we've seen this weekend, Dan Dawson.
Yeah, I've given up. Given up. By my reckoning, it's more than 30 darts missed for matches by 8 different players who've been eliminated from the Happy Bet European Darts Match Play this weekend. Are we going to see any more in what has been a dramatic weekend already here in Hamburg? In the 6th European Tour event of 12 this year. 5 unseeded players have made it through to the final day, 2 of them facing off against each other, so we're guaranteed
first
one
leg Mensur to
the quarterfinals.
first. Game on.
But these 2 guys, seeded players, the number 3 seed Mensur Suljovic against the number 14 seed Daryl Gurney. And even though Mensur, established in the top 10 in the world, number 3 seed here, former winner on the European Tour and a former major finalist, of course, Daryl Gurney has beaten him more often than Mensur has beaten the Northern Irishman.
95.
4-3 to Super Chin in the head-to-head. However, when it comes to the European Tour, Mensur has the edge.
Yeah, they met very recently indeed in Gibraltar as well. He's
60.
won the last 3 on the European circuit between these two. 6-5 in the semi-finals in Gibraltar recently. 6-4 in the quarter-finals in the German Darts Championship last year as well in Hildesheim, and also in the European Darts Open last year. Mensur coming out 6-3. So they do have form, but it was Gurney who came out on top in the semis in Holland last year, en route to the final.
Yeah, that was Daryl Gurney's highlight on the European Tour in his career so far. But I'm firmly of the belief that Daryl Gurney has the ability to go on and claim one of these titles.
Well, I said at the outset he's one of several potential first-time winners. Who else are you maybe looking at? Joe Cullen, maybe another one?
Joe Cullen could well be. I mean, of the players we've seen, the best performers so far, you would have to say, just in terms of the stats, would be Michael Van Gerwen, Peter Wright and Dave Chisnell, who've averaged 107, 104 and 104 yesterday. But we've seen some real gutsy stuff from Vincent van der Voort, a former winner on the European Tour circuit. You know, you've got to go back 3 years or so to Austria. But he came through an absolute belter with Benito van der Pas yesterday. He knocked out Adrian Lewis in the first round. Vincent van der Voort's on the way later against Joe Cullen. And we could be in for one heck of a contest. Mensur Suljovic has Left himself 47. Darryl Gurney hasn't really got going as yet in this opening leg, although another treble 20 here. There he's got it. There's pressure.
There is indeed.
19, do you think?
No.
Oh, 15 for double 16.
Mensah
Mensah will go whatever way he wants, because Mensah can hit any double.
Yeah, he's not a one-trick pony. Can hit others apart from double 14. We put out a plea yesterday for somebody to come up with the times that Mensah has taken out double 14 on the European circuit.
That's a long list.
Percentage-wise.
Oh, right, I see.
I mean, it's a tall order for anyone to trawl through all that.
Somebody would do it.
Andy Scott could do it, actually. He's got about 5 minutes later on this afternoon.
Andy Scott, the PDPA stats monkey. Lots of stats.
58.
Darryl Gurney did a bit of this against Jimi Hendrix yesterday. He won 6-1. He did hit 4 180s, Darryl Gurney. He came off, he actually thought he'd hit more than that. He thought he had 5. But it was 180, and he followed it up with a 58, and then a 60. And it was a bit feast and famine. That's why his average was only in the 80s. It wasn't the big high 90s ton average that we kind of expect him to do, but that's a bit more like it.
That is a bit more like it. Suljovic had an epic tussle yesterday with Van Dijvenbode winning 6-5. He trailed 5-3.
100.
Van Dijvenbode breaking in the 7th leg with a 1-1-6 checkout. He then hit back-to-back 180s in the next leg and an 11 dart leg as well for him, but then missed 2 match darts at double 19. 2 of those missed match darts you were tallying up yesterday.
Yeah.
Van Dijvenbode with a brace of them.
Best I've seen Dirk Van Dijvenbode play on a big stage. He hit 7 180s in that game. It was incredible.
He was looking for his first third-round appearance in Europe, wasn't he, as well? He was very, very close.
Yep, but not to be for the Titan. The gentle getting the job done once again. I mean, he's been so consistent on the European tour. But Gurney's got 2 visits to see this off. I don't think he'd go for the bull. We'll find out. Oh, he does and he gets it!
To the second leg, no good. Early mention to Rupert. Game on.
Well, I mean, the crowd are well and truly up for this anyway, but that will just ripple through the crowd and everyone with a
100.
huge nod of admiration for that from Darryl Gurney. Didn't have to go for it, but just giving the crowd what they want on this final day here in Hamburg.
Statement of intent from Super Chin.
100.
4 missed match darts from Gurney in that semi-final against Suljovic in Gibraltar last time.
Yeah, he was fuming with himself afterwards.
41.
So he's got maybe a point to prove here today. Looking to redress the balance here.
100.
First chorus of one Phil Taylor, echoing round Hamburg. I'm sure we'll hear it again today, even though Phil Taylor has not been on the European circuit since the Austrian Darts Open last year, his 1 appearance. Don't think we'll be seeing him, unless there's a massive change of heart from the power. I don't think we'll be seeing him on the European circuit this year.
Yeah, well, he won't be in Austria next weekend. In 2 weeks' time, which is our next port of call in the European Tour. That's the 7th event of 12 this year.
Yeah, Mensah's home tournament. The not particularly rapid man from Vienna.
$60.
Just the 60. And Gurney has a chance to break here. Real chance. It's getting better.
Huge opportunity now.
177.
What a setup from Darryl Gurney.
Measure score 160.
A 177 setup, a 164 checkout from Gurney. He's ticking over very nicely here, and Suljovic
100.
is
24.
down to a more manageable finale, but Gurney here, double 12. Only needs 1 crack at it as well, and he establishes the first break in a single leg.
Darryl to throw first. Game on.
Darryl Gurney, dead level in the world rankings at number 18 with Alan Norris, who is still in this tournament, the German Darts Championship winner from last year. Norris on the way this afternoon in the penultimate game of the afternoon session against, well, the rank outsider of this tournament, Peter Hudson, the Rock.
140.
So Gurney and Norris both duking it out for that outright number 18 spot, but also have
100.
Gerwyn Price in their sights, who's just ahead of him in the world rankings, not here this weekend. Simon Whitlock, who was knocked out yesterday, no ranking money for Simon Whitlock, who's in at number 16.
60.
But all four of those guys are guys who've been playing very well and picking up wins, and they all seem to be moving on up. It's guys even higher than them that may be dropping to make room in that top 16 for those guys.
Yeah, you mentioned Peter Hudson, the rank outsider at 250 to 1. MVG, the favourite before the start of play, 7 to 4 on. Peter Wright, second in the betting. Chizzy at 12, Suljovic at 16s, Michael Smith at 22s, and Gurney at 25 to 1. 40 to 1 bar those.
90.
Well, the winner of this one faces either Dave Chisnell or Peter Wright, which is why Gurney will be that bigger price. But against the number 3 seed here in Mensur Suljovic, he has a chance to open up a 2-leg advantage. Mensur just shuffling around. He desperately wants a 180.
140.
Would have left double 14.
71.
Double 13. 18 for tops. But 3-1.
31. Mensur, you require 68.
Well, Mensur, the usual route would be treble 20 for double 4. If he hits a single 20, it may be another single 20. But he hits the treble, so 2 darts for the leg and a break straight back. Yeah, lovely stuff. Mensur Suljovic does break back. We've got a level game once more.
Well, we talked yesterday about Mensur Suljovic's resilience and his sheer doggedness at times, but he needed it. And then some yesterday against Van Duijvenbode, and he's always likely to claw his way back. That was just one break of throw retrieved. He's done it time and time again, especially on the European Tour as well. Just such a difficult player to write off no matter what situation he's in. Well, 26 will be music to the ears of Mensur Suljovic as he steps up here.
Yeah, I mean, of the tournaments Mensur has played this year, there's only one where he's gone out first round and failed to pick up money. So he is consistently winning, and usually winning big chunks. I mean, obviously the final in Gibraltar picked up 10 grand for that. But, you know, he's had another 4 ranking quarterfinals, a semi-final in Milton Keynes. Just keeps turning up and keeps going home with big wadgers of sweaty cash that add to his ranking. That's why he's in the top 10 in the world, and he's only won 1 PDC title.
Yep.
96.
The same as Darryl Gurney, he's only won 1.
And he's currently 5th on the European Order of Merit as well. Final appearance in Gibraltar, 2 quarter-finals as well, both in Germany. He'd love to do something in 2 weeks' time as well, wouldn't he, on his own patch?
44.
Yeah, the disappointing one in Austria last year, as I recall. I think he went out
second round.
Yeah.
Lost to Kyle Anderson.
Everyone was losing to Kyle Anderson that weekend.
Yeah, Stephen Bunting will be hoping he's not losing to Kyle Anderson this weekend.
56.
Well, it's been a poor leg, this one from Darryl Gurney. He's not even halfway down from 501 after 4 visits to the board. And having missed a dart for a 3-1 lead, 92. He looks as if he's about to go behind.
60.
Just nudging the wire.
20.
Likewise that one as well. No need for alarm here though for Suljovic.
100. So you require 40.
Well, it may have to go this time round. Very close for the last couple of darts. Now for double 10. And there it is.
I was just trying to figure out what sort of reaction we'd get there from Mensur.
Game on.
It's the double-handed, half-hearted throw-in that he offers up for the camera this time.
He rarely disappoints, Mensur, when you're looking...
96.
If seeing a big Austrian man flail his arms around in incomprehensible manners is your thing, then Mensur Suljovic is the boy. He's the man for you. Pretty niche, but Mensur always delivers in that field. Better.
Yeah.
Lot better.
140.
Well, it's much better than 26, put it that way.
Groan around the hall here. Capacity crowd, another sellout as it was yesterday.
Just accentuating the temperature. We've got the sweat of about, what, 2,000 people down there rising up into the rafters here, into the commentary area.
Lovely picture you're painting with words, Malarkey.
I'm just telling it like it is, really.
95.
What are we, 20 minutes into the play here on the final day, and I'm already wishing I'd brought a change of shirt.
Yes, it is a little bit warm. Is it going to be a factor? We saw in Sindelfingen at the Glaspalast, Peter Wright was talking about it being so humid, it's actually affecting how the darts were flying. Well, Gurney's already taken out one enormous checkout that he didn't need to hit the bullseye for. I think he might have gone for it again, you know.
Yeah, well, he took out a 170 in Gibraltar against Darren Webster. John Henderson did that in Gibraltar as well.
120.
But Gurney now looking at 35 instead. 2 bites at double 16 then for Gurney to level things up once more at 3 apiece.
19.
Well. Mensur eyeing another opportunity to steal here.
Great dart, double 18. Is it a help? Looks it.
63.
Unable to make the best of that one, and Darryl Gurney given a let-off. 2 darts missed for a 4-2 lead for Mensur Suljovic.
Well, Suljovic likes that top left-hand corner, but he won't get the opportunity because Gurney takes out double 8s.
Game on.
Well, both men now have missed opportunities to take a 2-leg advantage. Gurney missed that dart for a 3-1 lead. Mensur's just missed a couple for a 4-2 lead.
134.
It all means we've got a level game after the first 6 legs. And this is anybody's. Darryl Gurney yesterday was confident about taking on Mensur. Says he has got a great record against him. A lot of people don't. Mensur has made it his business as he's risen up the rankings over the last 3 years to frustrate 59. And annoy and just basically be better than some of the best players in the world. Darryl Gurney not fazed by the big Austrian or his slow pace or
60.
his flailing arms and kicking legs.
Yeah, just a puff of the cheeks there from Gurney as he went to retrieve his darts. May just be
92.
Feeling a little bit uncomfortable down there. It might be another visit without a treble here for Darryl Gurney. Well, he's pulled out one there.
Been echoes of his game with Jimi Hendrix from Gurney, and he'll pop in a big visit
here and there,
but he's not able to consistently back it up with tons and tons of
140.
Had a 180, he's had a 177 earlier on. I mean, this could well be a 180.
83.
Too much of that from Super Chin, and it's allowing Mensur just a bit of breathing space. That's the way. Not many people go that route for the 76, but when you're Mensur Suljovic and you're the most deadly double 14 hitter we've ever seen, it does make sense.
100.
And again, Gurney, head down. Chance here maybe for Suljovic to steal a march on Darryl Gurney, and he's going the right way about it.
140. 57.
Just seems to be unravelling a little bit here for Daryl Gurney.
Yeah, we've not seen the best of Daryl Gurney so far this weekend, and time is running out for him to produce it. Fair to say we've not seen the best of Mensur Suljovic, but he's done just about enough. Certainly scraped past Dirk van Duijvenbode by the skin of his teeth. Well, Gurney, his first start was ideally placed to follow. He couldn't find the treble 20 with his second, and then the third one looked like it was spat out of the treble bed. So it really is hurting him. And another treble 20. Or has he come down for the 17s? What's he having a look at here, Mensur? I think he changed his mind.
140.
Well, it's worth thinking about, because in the end, he's got himself down to a biggie of 161 on the Gurney throw, but Gurney just looking to reapply some pressure here, and that's just indicative of what we've been saying. Here and there, Daryl Gurney can come up with big scores, but he's just not been able to do it on a regular basis so far today. But Gurney might be hot under the collar here, because all of a sudden Suljovic is looking at the big one. Oh, would you believe it? What a reaction from Suljovic as well. A 161 checkout.
Gurney hit him with a 164 early on in that match, and it looked as if it was going to be the platform upon which Daryl Gurney could build yet another victory against his Austrian opponent. But that 161 may well be a killer blow. Mensur Suljovic throwing for the match now, and a place in the quarterfinals to face either the runner-up for the last 2 years, Dave Chisnall, or Ian the Diamond White.
There we see the two Sun-plus finishes, but given the circumstances of Suljovic's 161, break of throw for a 5-3 lead.
57.
Straight after the 180 as well.
Straight after the 180. Makes it more special.
And there you see, look, Daryl Gurney, first 9 average of 86. I mean, that is nowhere near where he wants it. When he's playing well, that can be literally be 40 points higher than that.
By the way, Mervyn King yesterday, 132.
Well, Merv nearly produced the 9 darter as well, didn't he?
He did.
Missed double 12. And Mervyn King 9 darter on the big stage. Can you imagine? What a day for the Merverts it would have been.
140.
Good finishing from both men, 50%. But Daryl Gurney has not scored. And Daryl Gurney, you know, that's the best part of his game. The 180 hitting the big scoring. It's just not really been there today. And that has allowed Mensur Suljovic an easier time of it than he perhaps would have imagined.
Yep.
$130.
It ain't over though.
He's still in there. And that was an excellent final dart as well from Gurney.
Couldn't see a 164, a 161 and a 170 all in the same game.
Why not? No reason why not whatsoever here.
170.
Suljovic is lurking on 160, so Gurney, well, first part of the equation is there. And the second, bullseye for a 170. Close but no cigar for the Northern Irishman.
It would have been spectacular. But Gurney is going to get a couple more darts for this leg and a break in 5-4. And he is not done yet. Gurney fighting back. Double 8.
Needs this. Echoes of Gibraltar here for Daryl Gurney. Missing darts at double 16 and double 8 for the match against Suljovic in that semi-final. And missing a dart at double 8 there to keep himself alive here as well. Suljovic, 80 away. Tops. Tops again. No.
80. So you require
Wouldn't have put it past him, would you?
Well, the first dart was there, and having hit it once, you fancied him to follow. But Daryl Gurney does eventually take out that double 8. He does get a break back. He is throwing to level the match and take us all the way to a deciding leg in the opening third round encounter of this afternoon's action. Mensur Suljovic has missed a match dart. We're not going to see yet another player miss match darts and be dumped out of this tournament, are we? It's been an incredible weekend for him. And it's not just the odd dart here and there either.
No. Have we mentioned Kim Huybrechts yet?
Well, we'll mention him again. 8 match darts missed by Kim Huybrechts. We saw 8 match darts missed by the German debutant Eric Tautfest in the opening day when he took on John Michael of Greece. Dirk van Dijvenbode missed a couple of match starts against Mensur.
Benito.
Yeah. It's the list goes on. So many players. Chris Dobie missed 4. Antonio Alcinas, Martin Schindler. And Mensur could be made to pay.
Yeah, Gurney here. Lovely first dart. Lovely second dart as well, with acres of space to that right-hand side. And he finds it. Sub 80. He's on for an 11-dart leg here.
Wow,
and he might have even more room for manoeuvre because Mensur can't find a treble.
You require 100.
Well, is Mensur going to suffer the fate that Dirk van Dijvenbode suffered at the hands of Mensur Suljovic yesterday? Is Gurney misses double 16. Would have been a 12-dart leg, but he knows he's going to come back and have another go at it. That sort of familiar Daryl Gurney head down trudge to the back of the stage. He
looks so downbeat, doesn't he?
He does. He's just trying to keep hold of it, keep the nerves in check.
It's deceptive. Oh, that's awkward. That is very awkward. Can he find a way through here?
No score.
No, he can't. And all of a sudden, Mensur Suljovic in the outside lane, looming up large in the rear-view mirror of Daryl Gurney, but he won't be threatening at this particular visit. Gurney, no margin for error whatsoever here for the Ulsterman. This definitely has to go. And we are, as was the case in Gibraltar, into a decider once again.
11th and final leg, Mensur to throw first. Game on.
Little smirk from George Noble, who pretty much every single game he's called this weekend has gone to an 11th and final leg.
And he knows it.
Well, I think more importantly, his fellow referees just off the side of the stage may have reminded him of that, just as he called the 11th and final leg. But, oh my word, and what a time for that to happen.
80.
It looked good for another 60 points there for Daryl Gurney, and it could end up costing him the match, or at least costing him darts for the match. Oh,
140.
Just sneaking it in.
$96.
Well, talked about Suljovic's resilience and the determination he shows sometimes. It's just, once again, there for all to see. Pegged back to 5-5, but coming good.
100.
Well, he is not down to a finish just yet, Mensur Suljovic. Gurney's going to have to fill it up to get to one himself. He might do. What a maximum this would be. Oh, dear me.
125.
But immediately you're already thinking, had that 60 stayed in the board in his very first visit in this leg, he would be down to a finish. Mensur's got 6 darts from 177.
Those fine margins are just accentuated so much in situations like this. Straying into the 5 as well didn't help either, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Dan. Looking back, Daryl Gurney may well rue that. But then again, he may not.
Oh no, he needed to stay straight. Even a ton there. After that first dart, it was perfect. He should have been leaving himself a 2-darter minimum. As it is, he's left a huge shot, the 1-3-2. It looks good, but it's very, very difficult. And Mensur Suljovic, there'll be a little thing in the back of his head saying, you've probably got 6 darts here.
Ooh.
77 remain. It'll be treble 19, I think, for double 10. But he doesn't get a match dart.
Derailed slightly. Will he get 3 more darts at tops? Or will Daryl Gurney produce one more twist in what has been a brilliant start to the final day here? Treble 19 for the bullseye won't go.
64.
Never got a dart for the match. Mensur has already missed. 1 at double top. But he gets 3 more at tops here for a 6-5 win. And he edges out Gurney once more for the second time running on the European Tour. The gentle sees off Daryl Gurney in a last leg decider. Very, very close run thing. But Mensur, the first man into the quarterfinals here at the Happy Bet European Darts Match Play. He will take on either the Diamond Ian White or Dave Chisnell, the man who's made the final of this tournament for the last 2 years. Chizzy and the Diamond coming up on stage in just a few moments' time. We'll grab a few words with Mensur. Our first winner and the final day of action here in Hamburg.
Achtelfinale gegen Super Chin Daryl Gurney. Mensur, gratuliere dir. Du gehst hier über die maximale Distanz. Gestern schon 6-5 gegen Dirk van Dijvenbode. Jetzt das 6-5 gegen Daryl Gurney. Nochmal einen Applaus für Super Chin. War ein enges Ding, muss ganz schön kämpfen, ne?
Ich und der Gurney spielen wir die ganze Zeit gegenseitig. Wir sind jede Woche gegeneinander und ich glaube, das ist ja 50-50% von beiden. Er hat super gespielt, aber ich habe immer an mich geglaubt, was ich gestern nicht eine Zeit dachte, aber heute war ich wirklich fit, heute war ich wirklich gut. Aber leider am Anfang habe ich schlecht gestartet, aber ich bin immer wieder später dran.
Das 161er Finish, das war nicht ganz unwichtig, ne?
Ja, die waren sehr wichtig, sonst war ich schon weg.
Wie läuft für dich jetzt so ein Tag ab? Der Sonntag, du bist inzwischen ein erfahrener European Tour Spieler. Der Sonntag kann lang werden, der ist anstrengend. Bis zu 3 Matches spielt ihr, bis zu 4 Matches sogar. Jetzt nochmal zurück ins Hotel, bleibst du hier am Veranstaltungsort, wie machst du das?
Nein, wir müssen jetzt was Gutes essen gehen und ein bisschen relaxen ins Zimmer. Und das haben wir sofort da. Ich bin der Einzige vielleicht, was 5-6 Stunden Training braucht. Die anderen nicht, aber ich muss trainieren leider.
Wir freuen uns auf später. Mensur, Gratulation. Mensur Suljovic.